Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel Reviewed, where we talk about all things television and film from today and yesteryear. So today I just wanted to hop on here and talk very quickly about this movie, The Front Room. Let's get to it. So the movie is centered around Norman and Belinda, this couple who are expecting a baby, right? So Belinda, she is an associate professor, but she ends up quitting her job because she's frustrated or whatnot. And we also learn in the movie that this is the second baby that they are expecting. They had a child before, but it ended up passing away. So what ends up happening, Norman's father passes away, and his stepmother, who he just does not like at all, and who he basically lets his wife Belinda know. He was like, "Look, she ain't for our type of marriage, because Belinda's black and he's a white guy." But anyway, his dad passes away, and so now he has to take on responsibility for his elder stepmother. And honey, when I tell you she was all kinds of crazy, she was just that indeed. Okay. So, honey, this is his stepmother. Her name is Solange in the movie. And this is her at the funeral showing up like a Baba Yaga. I was like, honey, what is going on with Miss Thing? Okay. And so, y'all, this is Solange, okay, the stepmother. And for those of y'all who watch my grotesserie reviews, this is the lady that played Maisie. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to watch the movie outside of Brandy. But once I figured out that that was Maisie from Grotesserie, I was like, okay, oh my God, I got to check this movie out. So what ends up happening, Solange basically lets Norman know that, she got all this money and, she just wants to spend the rest of her last days just in the comfort of family. And she also lets him know, she was like, I'm leaving everything to you, once I'm up out of here. And of course, he ends up, discussing it with his wife, Belinda. And of course, Belinda's like, yeah, she got enough money to basically pay off our house and this and that and the third. And since Belinda is no longer employed at the moment, of course, they go and allow her, let's allow the stepmother to come live with them. Honey, they was biting off way more than they could chew because it literally, from the day that Solange goes to that home, all types of foolery just starts to happen. And let me say this movie was not a great movie. It was ridiculously hilarious to me. I thought the movie was absolutely hilarious. Okay. It is very gross. So if you have not seen this movie and you have, certain things kind of gross you out, I do not recommend this film because it does have quite a few gross moments. Okay. And these are just some of the statues that they had on their fireplace. I assume they have some type of meaning behind them, probably more so in reference to fertility, because again, Belinda and Norman did have a child prior to the pregnancy that they are currently going through now. And the baby, unfortunately had passed away. So Solange is in the house. She's getting acclimated with everybody and everything. And, Belinda ends up discovering that, Solange is incontinent. And of course, she's an elder, she's older. So her bladder and things like that are out of order. And she, in this moment right here, they're having dinner or whatnot. Solange is something else, honey. In this scene right here, because Belinda ends up discovering some type of Confederate certificate that she had, and she was like, Norman, she's a racist. She was right. She's a racist. Norman is not trying to hear because he's basically like, Belinda, honey, I tried to warn you before that my stepmother was a piece of work and that this ain't what you want. But honey, this lady gets up from the table and just starts acting a fool. This movie to me is as if Belinda's character was taking care of two kids. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually she does end up having her baby, but it's like she is caring for this old woman. It's like she's changing grown adult diapers and she changing baby diapers. She got to make sure Solange eats as well as her baby. It was all kinds of crazy. This woman was a whole hot mess and then some.
Help me, Belinda. My name is Belinda. Belinda.
So again, like I said, Belinda character does end up having a baby. She has a baby girl. And honey, when she gets home from the hospital, you got Solange in the living room full of her and her Christian tongue speaking friends, baby, and they are speaking over Belinda's stomach. I've never seen a cesarean scar like that. I hope that is not how people get cesareans, because that is all kinds of crazy. But anyway, so Belinda is like, what is going on? You got all these people in my house, honey. Solange then redecorated the house. And like I said, Solange presents herself to be this meek, you know, not necessarily able-bodied person. She walk around on those canes all the time, wanting people to feel sorry for her because she's an elder and she needs some help and assistance. But all along, Miss Thing is faking. Okay. Ultimately, Solange gets caught. Belinda actually sees her walking without the canes. And so now it's clicking to Belinda that Solange has been playing the radio with both her and Norman. It's like she is literally using the fact that she is an elder to her advantage. She is basically abusing her elderly powers. Okay. So, once the baby's home, Belinda is noticing that the baby will not latch on. She's having an issue nursing the baby. The baby is real irritable. She's crying all the time. But it is this particular pendant that Solange had put in the baby's room over the baby's bassinet that kind of keeps the baby quiet. And, when Belinda takes the pendant away, she notices that the baby started crying. But when she holds it over her daughter, it seems to soothe her out and calms her down. And of course, Belinda is not trying to have that, because she's like, what is going on? What is this? And this is the pendant that Belinda uses, to calm her daughter, to soothe her or whatever. And honey, when I tell you the stuff that happens in this movie was crazy. It was so freaking funny to me. Again, if you do not have a stomach for certain things, because like I said, it's just crazy, y'all. The movie was freaking hilarious. I'm not doing a full review on it. I'm just, like I said, basically briefly discussing it, because it is just one of those movies that is not the best, but you have to see it just to see the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But some things, end up transpiring in the movie. And of course, Solange, she is not necessarily an evil stepmother. She's just a sneaky person. You know what I'm saying? She uses that whole elderly and Christian thing to her advantage. You know what I'm saying? But of course, it doesn't last long. But I definitely recommend that you guys check this movie out. It is currently streaming on HBO Max. So if you have Max, please check this movie out, because I promise you, you are going to cackle and kiki. Okay.
I'd like some water before you go. Please.
Well, that's all I have for you guys today in this video. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I really, really, really appreciate the support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.